Hey, what's up, you guys? It's SpiderCo64 back again with another video, and yeah, I know I'm in a pretty dark room. This is the exact same, or hold up, I'll be right back. Okay, so that should be some better lighting right there, but yeah. Anyways, so to continue on with our Spider-Man Sam Raimi trilogy review, what I got for you guys today, and that is my review of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2. Now, this movie, I'm really going to be praising this movie a lot because this movie right here is how I got into Spider-Man. Yeah, right here. And also, yeah, that's a pretty cool cover right there. It's pretty cool right there. Pretty badass. That's one of the old covers. I don't know if they still release one like that. Do they? Do they? Or I don't think they do. But well, yeah. Anyways, let's just get straight into this movie. So this is the sequel to Sam Raimi's Spider-Man movie in 2000 that came out 2 years ago. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people were excited for this movie, considering one, but the first movie was really good, and they're expecting this movie to be good as well. You know? So, yeah. So, let's talk about the plot of, let's see what the plot of the movie is right here. When a failed nuclear fusion experiment results in an explosion that kills his wife, Dr. Otto Octavius is transformed into Dr. Octopus, a cyborg with deadly mechanical metal tentacles. Doc Ock blames Spider-Man for the accident and seeks revenge. Meanwhile, Spidey's alter ego Peter Parker faces fading powers and self-doubt. Come Playteam matters and are his best friends. Hatred for Spider-Man and his true love's son engaged to another man. So yeah, that's basically kind of what the main idea of Spider-Man 2 is. Also, if you want to know what the newer poster looks like, that's how it looks like. It actually doesn't look too bad. You know? I mean, better than what we have for today's movie posters. I mean, seriously, what the hell is the deal? Seriously, what's the deal with that Avengers Infinity War poster? Why does Iron Man stick his arms like this? He sticks out his arms like that, and it's really weird, but it's really weird. It is really weird. Really, really weird. But anyways, so yeah, now getting back into this film personally for me. Now, this is actually the first ever Spider-Man movie that I've ever watched. Yes, I did not watch the first Spider-Man movie. This was the first Spider-Man movie I've watched. Yeah, it's kind of weird how I watched the second one, but not the first one. But, yeah, so Spider-Man 2 really is, if you were to ask me about Spider-Man 2, I would say that movie is an instant classic. It's like one of, like, instant classics, like, I don't know, the old Star Wars movies, or maybe the Terminator movies, or whatnot. Hey guys, maybe I may even bring you some Star Wars reviews, or maybe even try to review the Terminator series. We'll have to see about that, but yeah, whatever. So yeah, this movie, like I said, instant classic for me. I remember watching this really young as a kid, and I actually am surprised that I really watched this as a kid, considering one. Let's take a look. 2004. PG-13 styles action violence. So yeah, there's a lot of violence in this movie, considering that one scene, like that one scene where Dr. Octopus, his tentacles literally kills, and there's a garbage truck outside. His tentacles literally kills everyone in that hospital room. I mean, that was pretty yeah, that shit was scary. That was scary. I wasn't really scared of that. I mean, I'll get more into Spider-Man 3 a little bit about that. But anyways, I want to go over the cast once again. So, Tobey returns as Spidey, and, again, he does a really good job, as Peter Parker and as Spider-Man. And really, I really do like the storyline of this movie, how Peter Parker can't have two lives. He can't have a life as... Like, he's trying to have a life, like a normal life, trying to get a job and stuff like that, but he can't do that because he has to be Spider-Man, and he always has to save people. Which then ultimately leads him to, being late to his work and to his classes and stuff like that, And ultimately in the movie, he gives up as Spider-Man, but then, suddenly then he has to return, Yeah, and really that's a really good thing. Yeah, that's a really good thing in the movie. And also that shot of Spider-Man throwing away his Spider-Man costume in the trash. Like where he has in that scene with that scene with Uncle Ben where they're sitting in the car. Also, that scene, if you want to know my all-time favorite scene in the movie, it has to be the scene where Peter Parker is talking to Uncle Ben in this car in Spider-Man 2. Yeah, in Spider-Man 2. That's my favorite scene of the movie. And every time I sort of watch that scene, it kind of tears me up a little bit, considering one that wow. Man, it's a really... also I think it's just the music and the stuff that they're really talking about in that scene. It's just really great. That's my all-time favorite scene in the movie. And Spider-Man No More. And there you go. That's actually... They took that straight from the comic. See? That's straight from the comic. That is straight from the comic, even though the villain in that... Well, even though the difference is the villain in the comic book is the Kingpin, and while the Kingpin and while they're using the Kingpin in the Daredevil movie, they did get Dr. Octopus, let me... So yeah, Tobey Maguire, obviously, still is my favorite Spider-Man, and his role in this movie, and I really think he's really good in this movie, Tobey Maguire. Now there's one character I'm gonna talk about to the end, but I'll talk about Fred Molino de Castro as Dr. Octopus, as our Doc Ock. One of Spider-Man's well-known enemies, and I think he plays a really good Dr. Octopus. I don't know why, but he's one of the few people that I feel like, I can only see him playing one character, he does a really good Doc Ock in this movie. James Franco as Harry Osborn, he's good yet again. In this movie, he does have the hatred for Spider-Man. He's always trying to hunt down Spider-Man and stuff like that. So, yeah. Yeah, NASCAR America's on. So, yeah, J.K. Simmons, J. Jonah Jameson. The man is still great as J. Jonah Jameson. Rosemary Harris, good Aunt May, and obviously I'll talk a little bit about Elizabeth Banks as Betty Brand, and then Robbie Robertson, Bill Nunn. Good supporting characters for Spider-Man. I think everyone does a good job in this movie, but there is one character in this movie I really dislike from the first film. Kristen Dunst, Mary Jane Watson. Okay, now, when I first saw this movie... after watching this movie again and again and again, I just had to come to my mind, and that is Mary Jane's character in this movie is so fucking stupid. She is. Really. I didn't like her at all in this movie. I don't know why, but I'll give you my reasons why. First up, Mary Jane. I do understand that Peter didn't want to go out with you at the end of the first Spider-Man movie. But, I just believe that And I really do think that she just made a stupid decision in the movie. We're just deciding just to marry John Jameson. Also, by the way, a character from the comics, if you guys do not know. I mean, yeah. Seriously. Seriously. And there's a deleted scene and there's a scene in the extended version of the movie, Spider-Man 2.0, where she's with her friend and, and like she's saying, do you think this is the right guy? And stuff like that. And she's like, yeah, I think he's the right guy. And I'm like, that's not the right guy. Seriously. Seriously, did you say you love Peter Parker in this movie and that's why you two are smooching one another at the end of the movie? Hell. Yeah, and to be honest, you think Peter Parker's a big jerk? Is a great big jerk? Then why the hell are you dating? Then why the hell are you gonna marry an astronaut? Seriously, an astronaut who don't get me wrong, John Jameson is only just in this movie just because of that, but seriously, but yeah, MJ's character is just pretty dumb in this movie, and then also that cafe scene, she's like, kiss me all you want. Are you telling me you're just gonna prostitution right there, prostitution in Spider-Man movies. Prostitution. That's just kidding, but I know I'm gonna get a lot of dislikes in this review. And also, can I just say, how many times does Mary Jane need saving in these series? How many times does she need saving? She needs saving 3 billion times, seriously. And then also, and also I'll talk, and and then around the end of the movie where Spidey saves Mary Jane Watson, and then it's revealed that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, but before we do that, we have the best scream in movie history. Let's see. Make sure my volume is all the way up. Why do I find enjoyment in that? Let's do it again. Come on, no, replay. Again. Alright, I'll stop. Damn it. Oh my god, yeah. That is the, alright, yeah. Oh no, this is different. Oh, MLG, shit. But, yeah, anyways, so Peter Parker saves Mary Jane Watson again, and then Peter's all like, I can't get you into my enemies and stuff like that. And so at the end of the movie, what do I see? Well, it's a wedding. And what do you know? Mary Jane just dumps John Jameson and just goes to Peter's house and be like, I think we have to do. No, Mary Jane, you're just dating Peter Parker because he's Spider-Man. Seriously. And then those two have a little smooch, and then we have a great web swing and stuff like that. So, yeah. Okay, so basically, that's the, alright, so I have really no complaints with this movie at all. The action is good in this movie yet again. And NASCAR America is on. Yeah, so, I have really no complaints with this movie at all. No complaints at all. But I really just dislike Mary Jane's character in this movie. I just feel like she was kind of the worst character in the movie. And, yeah. Now, this movie is known as the best movie in the whole trilogy. Would I agree with that? How do I agree with that? Let's take a look at the ratings for the movie. First up, At 7.3% on IMDb, screw them. At 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. 92% of people like this movie. So, what I consider this to be a good movie or the best Spider-Man movie. As the first Spider-Man movie I've ever seen, since this movie is so damn good, I have to say this movie does beat the first one. It does. It does, in my opinion. It really does. Not only because it's the first Spidey movie I've ever seen, but it's not the first Spider-Man movie I've ever seen. It's just everything in the movie is good. It's what a sequel should do. It should be better than the first one. Yeah. So overall, how would I rate this movie? Well, I would rate it a solid 10 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10. The reason is because, obviously, I didn't like her in this movie. She's not even hot anymore. So, yeah, anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like. Comment down below what you thought of this movie. And you know what the next movie is. You know what the next movie is going to be about. You know what the next review is going to be about. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoy your day. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.